All right, so thank you guys for coming in on the last performance of the day. This is a history of music from Handel to House. My name is Randy Naraine. I'm going to be playing for you today. And this talk, really comes full circle to me. Almost 15 years ago, a buddy of mine asked me to, help him bring some equipment to some show in Manhattan. I had no idea what it was. I wasn't working in security at that time. We drove up to Hotel Pennsylvania. I went in and I experienced Hope for the first time, and I was helping him as he did his chiptune set. And then now, years later, I'm working in cybersecurity and I'm getting to perform at Hope. So that's great. So thank you. So to give kind of an introduction of what I'm going to do, there's a QR code that I have at the bottom of the piano. If you can zoom in, you can take a picture of it and you'll get a list of all of the songs I'm going to play, starting with, music from the classical era. There's different types of classical. I'll start with classical Baroque, then Romantic era classical, late 20th century, then breaking it up with ragtime, which is like 1910s, then going into the birth of jazz, which is like 1920s and onward. And then from there, you have blues. And then after that, in the 50s, you have a lot of standards. And then 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I just picked, the top songs from each decade because there's a mix of different genres. And then I put a lot of stuff into the 2000s and then finally ending with a few songs up to the year 2025. Behind me, I have a MIDI visualizer. So MIDI is a protocol that it's like a music information protocol. And I have a broadcaster on the bottom of this keyboard that's broadcasting to the laptop. And then every time I play a note, you should see it behind me on the keyboard here. You'll see the note name and everything else. And then you'll see two different visualizations. On the left, you'll see the dynamic range, which is when you play loud or soft, you'll see the dots go, and they'll rise as I go with more volume. And then on the right, there's a circle that's depicting the melody and all the chords, and it's going in a continuous circle, so it's kind of generating art at the same time. And I'm also recording the MIDI file. If you want the MIDI file for the performance, I can give it to you after the talk. I'm just going to hit record and start. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a lot harder than I thought. And I flipped the page too early a couple times. But how much time do I have left?
Till the world ends.
So what I like to do also, I'm going to put the tablet away now. I like to improvise music, create music. When I used to have a lot of students, they would tell me all I have to practice from is the book. And I'm like, no, you don't. You can make your own music. That's the power of music. There's 3 tenets: rhythm, harmony, and melody. But you can shape those into whatever you want to be and have that reflect any emotion, any memory, any sound you want. So what I'd like to do now, if anyone has a memory, a feeling, even something that sounds like another song, you can go to the mic right there. I think I have time for probably 2. And just describe what you want it to sound like, and I'm going to try to improvise and make it about a minute or 2 each.
So Hope used to be hosted at this old hotel called Hotel Pennsylvania. I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah, I have.
So it's a building that is over 100 years old. It used to be powered by DC power before AC became the standard. It had a really nice jazz scene. There was like a song written about it. It was in Midtown Manhattan. It had some floors that were just like abandoned, not renovated for a couple of decades probably. You could go up on the roof and there was like this gnarly AC scene up there, and you could see all around Midtown and New Jersey and Brooklyn and great views. And it was so beautifully dirty and grimy and quintessential Midtown. And I don't know if you remember like the marble floors and on the first floor in the lobby and the rooms and like the
smell.
The smell of the many decades old rooms, like the thousands and thousands and millions of people that had been through that hotel, the old doors that had like the service door inside the door, and I don't know what else. It's those elevators, the little office cubby hole where you could like reboot the PCs and get free access to them, or find cards that people left behind, I don't know, and all the tourists, and Midtown Manhattan right outside. And it went 24/7, and there were like people smoking outside doors, and I love this place too. And I just that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. So I think something like Jazz Age, something kind of sleazy, but New York. I'll try. That's the first one. So you might have noticed like New York, New York. So what you can do, and what I love to have students do, you could change that from major to minor, and you have a completely different sound. So it becomes, and then you could do so much more with that too. So thank you for that. You can call it Ode to Hotel Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Cool.
like
And I think I have time for one more.
grand. Okay. Oh, I enjoyed this so much. And my inspiration is a bit of a departure. The adventure of life has had me in the state of North Carolina for a couple of weeks. And while I was there, I met a queer person who had been contending with their long-term love of church and gospel music with their queerness that they have come to accept deeper and deeper over many years. They no longer live in North Carolina, but we were both in the same community, which was a community of return for them and a newer community for me. And in the converted loft of this barn, we were singing gospel music together, but with like a very queer and self-accepting lens. And so it was a real pleasure to be in a accepting, holy space, even for folks such as myself who have different narratives around religion. So I'm curious if you would, take a shot at queer gospel home loving on each other with music kind of riffing. How does that sound?
I can try. I hope I don't offend anyone in the room. I'm an atheist, so I don't know too much gospel. I know
Sure.
like 2 pieces, but I'll try to do like an ABBA flair on gospel.
Yes, I'm into that. Cool, thank you.
Let me just play. Make sure I have the melody. Joyful, joyful if maybe Freddie Mercury sang it or something.
Great, thank you so
But
much.
thank you guys so much. That's all the time I have tonight. I'm going to save the MIDI file that you see recording. If you want it, feel free to email me. My email is in the QR code. And you can have the file. MIDI is a lot of fun. You can play around with it, get a lot of visualizations like this. And if you have Instagram, if you got any videos or pictures, feel free to tag me. Mine is on the keyboard right here. It's Passport Pianist. Again, thank you for coming out. This is the last performance of the night. I really appreciate an audience. And I hope you guys have a great hope.
Thank you.
Can you play Golden Hour again?
Yeah. All right. I'll do that. I'll play play it in a lower octave, so it's deeper.